A stroke occurs when the blood supply to part of the brain is suddenly interrupted or reduced, preventing brain tissue from receiving essential oxygen and nutrients. When this happens, every passing minute counts, and because brain cells begin to die almost instantly. When it comes to stroke awareness, knowing the 10 early warning signs can literally be the difference between life and death. Think of your body like a car's dashboard. When the warning lights flash, it's trying to tell you something urgent. Your body does the same during a stroke. These signs are your body's way of shouting, "Something is wrong, get help now." So in this video, we'll walk you through 10 early warning signs of a stroke that everyone needs to know. Recognizing them quickly and taking immediate action can save your life or the life of someone you love. 1. Sudden numbness or weakness. One of the most common early signs of a stroke is sudden numbness or weakness, often affecting one side of the body. The face, arm, or leg might suddenly feel heavy, limp, or completely numb. You might notice one side of your smile drooping or find that when you raise both arms, one drifts down without control. This happens because the brain's blood flow has been cut off to the areas that control movement and sensation. 2. Confusion or difficulty understanding. Another red flag is sudden confusion, an inability to understand what's being said or to think clearly. A person may suddenly struggle to process simple sentences, forget familiar words, or appear disoriented. This isn't ordinary forgetfulness. It's a sign that the brain's communication centers are being disrupted, making it difficult to decode or interpret language and information. 3. Trouble seeing in one or both eyes. A stroke can strike the parts of the brain that control vision. This can cause sudden blurred, dim, or completely lost vision in one or both eyes. Some people describe it as if a curtain has fallen over part of their sight. You might suddenly struggle to read, recognize faces, or move around safely. This is a major warning that blood flow to the brain's visual center has been compromised. 4. Difficulty walking. If you suddenly feel dizzy, off balance, or unable to walk in a straight line, don't ignore it. You may feel like the room is spinning, or you might stumble for no reason. These symptoms occur when a stroke affects the brain regions responsible for balance and coordination. Even standing up from a chair may feel difficult. 5. Severe headache. A sudden, extremely painful headache, often described as the worst headache of your life, can be a warning sign of a hemorrhagic stroke, where bleeding occurs inside the brain. This kind of headache strikes without warning and may come with nausea, vomiting, or confusion. It signals a medical emergency that requires immediate attention. 6. Facial drooping. Facial drooping is one of the clearest visual indicators of a stroke. Ask the person to smile. If one side of their face droops or feels numb, that's a serious warning sign. It happens because the brain can no longer send proper signals to the muscles on one side of the face. This creates an uneven or lopsided smile, a visible clue that something is wrong inside the brain. 6. Arm drift. A quick test for stroke is called the arm drift test. Ask the person to lift both arms. If one arm drifts downward or feels weak and unsteady, it's a telltale sign of a stroke. This means the brain's motor control on one side has been affected. Even though the person may feel fine, this subtle symptom can indicate a life-threatening emergency. 8. Altered vision. Sometimes stroke doesn't just blur vision, it changes how the world looks. This could mean double vision, tunnel vision, or losing sight on one side entirely. These changes can appear suddenly and make normal activities like reading or walking confusing or even dangerous. It's a sign that the brain's visual processing areas are struggling to function properly. 9. Loss of coordination. Sudden clumsiness or the inability to perform basic tasks like buttoning a shirt or holding an object can point to a stroke. You might find yourself stumbling, dropping things, or unable to move smoothly. This occurs when a stroke affects the cerebellum, the brain's coordination center, disrupting balance and muscle control. 10. Speech problems. Speech impairment is one of the hallmark signs of a stroke. Words may come out slurred, sentences may sound jumbled, or the person may not be able to speak at all. In some cases, they can't understand what others are saying either. This condition, called aphasia, occurs when a stroke damages the language areas of the brain, cutting off clear communication. How to remember the signs. BFAST. There's an easy way to remember the most common signs of a stroke. BFAST. B stands for balance, sudden loss of balance or coordination. E stands for eyes, blurred or lost vision in one or both eyes. F stands for face drooping. One side of the face looks uneven. A stands for arm weakness. One arm drifts down when both are raised. S stands for speech difficulty, slurred or confused speech. T stands for time to call emergency services. Every second matters. When any of these symptoms appear, even if they disappear, after a few minutes, act immediately. Call emergency services. Do not wait or try to sleep it off. Every minute lost equals millions of brain cells lost. From sudden weakness or numbness to difficulty speaking or understanding speech, recognizing these 10 early warning signs of stroke can save lives. By spreading awareness and reacting quickly, you can prevent long-term damage or even death. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe to support the channel. And remember, this video is for educational purposes only and not a substitute for professional medical advice. Thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay aware, and as always, breathe easy, my friend.